Today, I'm taking a first look at Singapore Airlines' newest route. It's so new, in fact, that I'm on the inaugural flight. Singapore Airlines has been renowned for providing a market-leading premium product, from their out-of-this-world first-class suites on the A380 to their spacious business class and signature Singapore service. The main difficulty in the last year has been able to fly them, with a plethora of key routes grounded and Singapore's super strict quarantine entry procedures. Let's see together what Singapore Airlines is like on their newest route. And thanks to Noom for sponsoring today's video. Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to the channel. You join me today at Copenhagen International Airport, where we've got a very special flight. Let's head into the terminal and go and check in at Singapore Airlines. The reason this is a very special flight today is it's the very first flight of this type. Let me get my mask on. We spent the last few days in Sweden and Denmark, two places where masks are only required within the airport. Certainly a strange feeling. Now, I was told online I need to check in at one of these terminals rather than go to the desk. I guess because I've only got hand luggage, that makes sense. So we'll try and do this. Unsuccessful. Frustratingly, this didn't work, which I feel is strange given I was specifically told to use these terminals rather than a check-in desk. I guess we'd better go and find the SQ desk. Little did I realise this is easier said than done. Singapore Airlines Rome, SQ 352. Crikey guys, this is a bit of a nightmare. So the board doesn't say anywhere to check in. I've asked multiple people and eventually I've got to the understanding I need to go and wait in this queue for SAS. Not exactly what you want to hear at check-in. I was told to wait to one side while phone calls were made and managers were called.
One eternity later.
Right guys, we're in possession of the boarding pass, but now we have 40 minutes before the flight goes. It is literally pushing it to the absolute limit. I've still got to go through security, and you know from a lot of my other videos recently that security at the minute is chaos. Fingers crossed. Thankfully, Singapore Airlines offer fast-track security, so this only took around 10 minutes. Right then, all through security. Rome, 11 minutes. E7. In usual times, if I wasn't in such a crazy rush, this would be what I'd have access to. Which is the benefit when flying an airline in an alliance. With SAS being Star Alliance 2, you can actually get access to a great quality outstation lounge. So, a little bit confused. Gate over here, E7. My plane is over the other side of the airport there. What is going on? Thankfully, I've made it over to the gate with just a few minutes to spare. Good to see even during COVID, they're making a thing of this inaugural, with Italian flags flying alongside Danish and Singaporean. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right, you can tell that it is an inaugural because they provided me with a bottle of water and some cute candy. So it turns out because we're in the Schengen section of the airport and the SQ flight has arrived at the non-Schengen stand, we'll have to bus it over to the aircraft. I note there's no separate business or economy bus like on some airlines. This actually turned out to be absolutely epic because we're able to get so up close to the A350 we're flying today. By the way, I run into some friends as well. Guys, introduce yourself. Hey. All on the first inaugural flight. I'll come and say hello to you on board as well.
Definitely, yeah.
This is super exciting. It makes you realise how high up these planes are as well. Good morning. How's it going?
Sir. Go for it, sir.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Hello.
Thank you. This is Gussie, Mr. Davis.
That's correct.
Just go across and make a left.
Thank you, sir. As we are boarding from the rear of the plane, we have to walk through Singapore's economy. It's in a competitive 333, and I've actually flown it some years back and can say confidently that it's one of the best. Hello, my friend.
I will.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Can you hear the excitement of someone else boarding to find out they're flying Singapore's long-haul business class?
Sorry to interrupt you, but just mention we just have some stuff ready.
I met instantly with the flawless hospitality of the Singapore Airlines staff, wanting to make sure that I had a cold water and show me where my headphones are stowed.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
As I settle into my seat, it dawns on me just how large this business class is. It makes some airlines' first products look tiny. It's not long before we have to buckle up, the safety video is screened, and we begin to push back off stand. We have quite the surprise coming up. Of course, a water cannon salute. These are typically done for inaugurals and also for a pilot's last flight. And now for a quick word from today's video sponsor, Noom. Sometimes I get caught up with all the travel and I forget to focus on me and my own health. Noom is a health program created by behavioural psychologists which help you make real behavioural changes, helping you get close to whatever health goal it is you set yourself. I'm not necessarily looking to drastically lose weight, but I want to push my focus to being healthier. In between these luxury flights, it's important for me to have an exercise routine and focus on my overall nutrition. I like Noom specifically as it's developed by scientists and backed by actual research. If you head over to their website, you'll be able to take a quick quiz about your health goals, then spending 5 minutes a day using their articles and science-based health tips. There's also recipes and even your personal health coach. Yes, you can speak to a real person. Noom helps you achieve your goals by helping you change your behaviour with science, not guilt. If you'd like to try out Noom and help support my channel in the process, you can use my link in the description below to take Noom's health evaluation and get started by reaching your goals today. Thanks Noom for sponsoring this video. As we take off into the morning sky, I realise just how special this is, that even during a pandemic, new routes are slowly being introduced. Let's hope this is a sign of things to come. So what's on the menu today? Let's get the tray table set up and find out. I start out with a delicious glass of LP champagne. Shortly thereafter, my table is set with a tablecloth and I'm served a slightly forlorn looking smoked salmon sandwich. Thankfully some more LP is poured, which helps soften the blow from the disappointment of no chicken satay. The sandwich was totally fine, but I did expect slightly more from SQ given this is an over 2-hour flight. Hopefully things will improve in due course. With lunch service out of the way, let's see what the bed is like. This was actually quite a fail for me, and thankfully one of the FAs came to my assistance. It's a bit like the Virgin Atlantic bed in the premise that you have to flip it over. I'm happy to see that light bedding is provided for this flight, so without any more to say, let's hop on in and try it out for size. Now here's the controversial part of SQ's A350 Business Class, the diagonal sleeping position. It's clearly quite a Marmite product for sleeping, and as I'll show you in a second, the seat you choose really does matter. Well guys, I think you can tell I'm pretty impressed. This is absolutely phenomenal. Compare this to even long haul service at the minute. There are some airlines that fall behind Singapore Airlines. Anyway, now that dinner service is out of the way, I guess it's lunch service really. I'm just trying to recollect what time of day it is. I'll blame the LP. Let's go and have a look around some of the other seats, because the unique thing obviously about Singapore Airlines' A350 is that there is a mini cabin, but there's also quite a variety of different seats, and because the plane is relatively empty today, I thought it would be good to showcase to you guys which ones are my favourite, which ones you can choose, which is best for a couple, etc. So let's go and have a look. Leaving the confines of my bulkhead seat, here is the seat most prevalent in the rest of the cabin. Can you see the legroom is quite significantly reduced and you are forced to lay diagonally. Middle seats also have the legroom issue unfortunately, so for a couple you'll want to get the middle bulkhead seat, of which there are only 2. Let's go find my friend from Inside Flyer who's also documenting this flight. Hey buddy.
Hey you.
How are you enjoying the flight?
It's perfect. Good flight, 2.5 hours, perfect service.
It's good, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I've
been really blown away by how much room there is.
Yeah, it is. And
What have you gone for here? A nice Diet Coke, or is that a vodka and Diet Coke?
It's a Coke Zero now, but I have had my champagne.
Yeah, this thing, I regret I should have.
Then you have to go.
I'm actually thinking maybe, do you reckon there's time? I need to get a Singapore sling. I haven't done one. What am I playing at?
Yeah,
I need to go and do that.
yeah, we should go there.
You've flown this before?
Yeah, I've flown on the long haul parts, and it's perfect on the long haul. But this is.
But I mean, let's be honest. It's probably the best business class in Europe at the moment. Yeah.
Both in Europe, but also on the long haul. I would say it's still on long haul. It's really good and so forth. But in Europe, it's by far the best one. Well, there you go. You heard it here first. Get on the SQ 5th Freedom flight if you want to experience Europe's best business class. Just don't tell Turkish. Right, I think it's time for the loo review. And today it's quite the luxe one. I'm happy to find the bathroom spotlessly clean and well stocked with amenities. A toothbrush even for this short hop. Fantastic. And product wise, Kirkus I think it's called, soaps and lotions are provided. Very impressive. The best bit, you even get cologne. Excuse the fact that I'm a complete degenerate. Anyway, let's head back to my seat
And alas, I have another problem figuring out how to turn down the bed. Thankfully, the same lovely FA helped me out. Shoes back on, seatbelt fastened, and we're on final approach now into Rome International Airport. So what do you think? Personally, I'm impressed. For a fifth freedom flight, minus the food, it's among the very best you can get. Longer haul though, the diagonal seating concerns me, and if I didn't get a bulkhead, I'd even consider a different airline or perhaps a different Singapore aircraft. However, without trying it, I can't say for sure, so watch this space.
Thank you. Right guys, so welcome to Rome. That was an awesome flight, had such a good first experience on Singapore Airlines. I can't wait to try it again on a more longer haul route. Of course, now you can see it at a better perspective. But yeah, thanks very much for joining today guys. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you all again next week.